Have you ever felt completely trapped? Like problems are coming at you from every single direction? Well, today's explainer has a really surprising solution, and it comes from a simple story, the parable of the focused deer. So, let's dive in and see what we can learn from it.
We all know this feeling, right? That sense of being totally surrounded, completely overwhelmed. It's like danger is closing in from all sides, and there's just no clear path forward.
And look, in our modern lives, these threats aren't always, a lion in the bushes. Sometimes it's the relentless pressure from our jobs. Deadlines are piling up, the demands feel constant. It's exhausting.
And it's not just work. Other times, the pressure is coming from our personal lives. Maybe it's family responsibilities or financial stress, all of it demanding our attention and our energy.
And then, on top of all that, there's just that quiet, nagging uncertainty about what's next. That can be just as paralyzing as anything else. When it all piles up, it feels absolutely impossible to know what to do first.
So, how do we handle those moments? This simple parable offers a surprisingly powerful strategy for when you feel trapped. Let's set the scene.
Okay, so picture this. Our story starts with an exhausted deer. It's been wandering the forest, it is absolutely parched, desperate for water. And then, finally, a moment of pure relief. It finds a river. It feels like it's been given a new life. It has one single urgent goal: just drink.
But just as it bends down to take that first sip, it hears a noise. It looks to its right, and boom, the first threat appears, a hunter, aiming an arrow right at it. That feeling of relief, gone in an instant. So in a panic, it glances to its left, trying to find another way out, only to find a second, immediate danger, a lion hiding in the bushes, getting ready to pounce. So now it's truly trapped. It turns to run back the way it came, but its only escape route is blocked by a terrifying forest fire, and it's approaching fast. You've got a hunter to the right, a lion to the left, and a fire from behind. There is literally nowhere to go.
So this is the crucial point. What happens in this exact moment of total crisis when every single option seems to lead to certain doom? What does the deer do?
Instead of panicking, instead of running in circles, the deer does something remarkable. It just pauses. It accepts the situation. And it makes this simple, profound decision to focus only on its most essential need, drinking that water. It basically thinks, well, death seems certain, so I might as well get a drink before I die.
And that right there, that decision brilliantly illustrates a powerful psychological tool: goal-oriented focus. It's all about consciously choosing to ignore the surrounding chaos and committing 100% to the one thing you can actually control, the thing that matters most to you in that exact moment. So what's the result of this intense focus? What happens next is what makes this story so incredible. The deer commits to its goal, and then, suddenly, the whole situation starts to change.
At that very moment, dark clouds gather, and it starts to rain, heavily. The rain puts out the forest fire. Then, that sudden downpour startles the hunter, and his aim falters. He accidentally shoots his arrow, but not at the deer, at the lion. The wounded lion then turns and charges the hunter. The threats, they literally start to solve themselves.
And what was the deer doing while all of this chaos was unfolding? It just kept drinking the water. It stayed completely committed to its one clear goal. By the time it lifted its head, the hunter and the lion were gone, and the fire was out.
Okay, this is a great story, but how do we actually apply it to our own lives? How can we translate this parable of the deer into a practical framework for navigating our own, very human chaos?
Well, the story really presents us with two clear paths. On one side, you have the panic response. That's where you react to every single threat at once, which pretty much just leads to you freezing up in indecision. But then you have the focused response, the deer's way, which is to assess, prioritize your core need, and then act on that one thing.
Now, this focused response doesn't just happen by accident. It's a discipline, and it's built on three pillars. First, you need the courage to actually face the situation instead of just reacting. Second, you need the patience to trust that things can and will unfold. And most critically, you need the decisiveness to identify and commit to your single most important goal, to find your water.
And here's the core lesson, the main takeaway. Committing to your core priority doesn't just get that one thing done. It actually creates the space for all those external problems to resolve themselves, often without you having to do anything about them. Your focus becomes this powerful force that allows order to emerge from chaos. So that leaves us with one final thought for you to take with you. In the middle of all the pressures and anxieties in your own life, what is the one essential thing that deserves your full attention? What is the water that you need to focus on right now?